Here's Alexis Raptis. Heat 1 underway. We start on the rower with 18 calories. And you can see the barbell set up on the bench. And each athlete in this event will be bench pressing 75% of their body weight. There was a weigh-in earlier in the week to determine what that weight was going to be.
It's where we're going to get to see them apply that pound-for-pound body strength. We already see it being demanded through gymnastics movements in different forms. This is just a different approach. If people do their homework or study CrossFit benchmarks, they'll be familiar with a workout categorized as the 3 bars of death, better known as Linda by the name. And it's where you take a percentage of your body weight, and that's where you get the specific loading for the workout, and that's what we're doing in this event.
Alexis Raptis going through her 18 calories. They will get credit for 1 rep per calorie on the scoreboard on the left side. And Manon Anganez looking to be the first woman to get off the rower in the middle of your screen. And now she will move on to the bench press. Start with 15 reps in round number 1. Emily Rolfe moving as well as Alexis Raptis. Abby Domet, bottom of your screen. And Grace Walton in the long blue pants in the middle. Now Maddie Sturt and Haley Adams at the bottom of the screen. Onto the bench press. 15 reps to start. Again, the reps descend by 3 every round. After this, it's the horizontal pegboard.
And what these judges are watching closely with these athletes is that the hips or the glutes stay down on the bench. And of course, that the athletes make contact with their body and reach lockout at the top.
At the 33 rep mark, they'll move on to the horizontal pegboard. Maddie Sturt is going to be the first woman done. And moving on to the pegboard, here comes Manon Anganez right behind her. The pegboard will count for 2 reps. You can see that red line in the middle. They can come down after they pass that red line. If they fall in the middle of one of those sections, they have to start back at the beginning.
You know, when you get someone like Maddie who shows that type of aggressiveness coming off the bench press, Sean, that tells me she's got confidence in her ability to navigate these horizontal pegs. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been such intensity coming off the bench. She literally was running to those pegs.
All the athletes are onto their first pegboard traverse. There's Abby Domet, along with Emily Rolfe in the gray pants. Manon Anganez in the background. In the bottom right part of your screen, you can see her trying to bite off big chunks of real estate here. And again, she can come down at the midway point, as Maddie Sturt did.
And Sean, if we can remember last year, if you guys were with us and tuned in last year to the Rogue Invitational, what we saw was a lot of static hanging and a lot of muscling from side to side. So, meaning athletes were using a tremendous amount of their upper body to get the pegboards to the next hole. Now, we're seeing a lot of swing. They've figured out how to use that side-to-side momentum and allow that to help them travel and make their forward progress.
Elisa Fuliano is the first woman done with the pegboard, and she's returning to the rower. She's down there in lane number 9. Now 18 more calories as Maddie Sturt is working her way to the end of her first trip across the pegboard. Fuliano coming in 17th place overall, had her best finish in event number 1 so far. That was in 8th place.
And Fuliano's pound for pound literally one of the smallest athletes in the field. You'd imagine this helps her set up for success going off the bench press and into the pegboard. Maybe a little bit of less fatigue accumulating in her upper body.
But one cool thing here inside the arena is this great new product that Rogue has dropped. It's called Milo. Fans inside the arena now are getting to see the same scoreboard that you get to see at home on the broadcast.
Yeah, huge increased experience here. All things, every year, there's some new level of experience, both from a broadcast perspective and in person, that just gets better year after year.
Elisa Fuliano and Alexis Raptis are your leaders right now. Fuliano is now done with her second set of bench press, and she'll move back to the pegboard. She had a very easy time with this, her first trip down. And again, 2 reps on the pegboard. You can come down after you cross the mid-red line. Alexis Raptis working her way back to the pegboard.
And now we'll see how everybody does. Typically traveling what's known as our non-dominant side or a non-involved side. That, you know, most of the athletes in the field are right-handed, and so it's one of those things where do they have a significant difference traveling from left to right or right to left? We're about to find out here going into round 2.
Maddie Sturt is onto the pegboard as well. Manon Anganese just closed out her set of 12 bench press. She's walking back to the rig. As Alita Fuliano continues to lead.
And that save that we just saw from Fuliano, like that's easy to overlook, but there was a tremendous amount of upper body strength. I mean, that was like a Tarzan type swing that she just gave that pegboard twice now. Yeah, great choice to come down. You got to save that energy. We got a lot of pegboards left.
Yeah, that was a great save for her. If she had come down at that point, she would have had to start over. Now she gets to start at the middle line. In the background, Abby Domit in the background of the shot there as Alexis Raptis is working her way through the second portion of this pegboard.
Alexis looked like she's having a little bit of trouble with her grips. It's creating a little bit of a longer time before she makes her transition on each hang. She's giving herself almost 2 swings. There we go. That was a clean one.
Raptis is off, and now she's got to start back behind that middle line.
Yeah, this is tough. This is where it becomes a mental game, Sean, where it's like, okay, hey, I think I'm ready, but then you don't account for the extra time that it takes as fatigue accumulates. It makes it that much more difficult. Those red lines are like the athletes saving grace, and sometimes they fall just short of them.
And once they hit the 67 rep mark, that's when they will be done with this pegboard. Each section counts as 1 rep, so 2 total reps on the pegboards. Maddie Sturt is approaching the end. Lisa Fuliano is close to finishing as well. And Sturt is done. Sturt takes the lead. Back to the rower. Comes in 13th place overall. Had her best finish of the competition in event number 1. She took 6th place. She's got 2 finishes of 8th or better, but it was the 19th place finish in event 2 that's keeping her outside the top 10 right now.
Yeah, and Maddie, one of those athletes that's really got to take advantage of the events as they present opportunity for her. She knows she'll have some where she's going to take a hit. An event like this where she has an opportunity, especially with being one of the smaller athletes in the field, to take advantage of that, she's got to.
Here comes Grace Walton to the rower, along with Alexis Raptis and Manon Anganese. So Lisa Fuliano still back on the pegboard. She just slipped off close to the end, so she's got to start over. She's in the background there behind Gracie Walton. You can see her going for her pegs. So 2 Aussies leading the way, Maddie Sturt and Grace Walton, here in round 3 of 5.
Oh, yeah. A little supinated to pronated grip on the rower. You guys notice taking her hands on top, putting them underneath the paddle. Athletes literally trying to find any way possible to have grip relief and upper body relief here.
Looking to hit the 85 rep mark on the scoreboard on the left side of your screen. So Sturt is now 1 calorie away from that. Then back to the bench press for 9 reps. Maddie Sturt finished 10th at the Rogue Invitational last year, coming off a 6th place finish at the CrossFit Games this year.
On the bench.
Who doesn't love a good bench press day in the gym, Sean?
Yeah, everyone loves the bench. Bench day is the best day.
Best day.
Here comes Manon Anganese to the bench press as well. Alexis Raptis is done. Now, Maddie Sturt, she's another one of those athletes who started CrossFit extremely young. She was 12 years old, and she made her first appearance at the CrossFit Games in 2016. She was the youngest athlete in the field in both 2016 and 2017. Sturt back to the pegboard. Manon Anganese has moved into 2nd place ahead of Alexis Raptis and Grace Walton. Still have some athletes trying to finish up their 2nd pegboard. Now, Lisa Fuliano was one of them. She's in the far right side of your screen there, left view. She was in the lead early, but has really been struggling on this pegboard.
Well, and this is the beauty of this movement and testing it in the heat of battle, is that you could have practiced for all the hours and all the things at home. If you can't be accurate when you got to be accurate, it doesn't matter. You got to prove your practice on the competition floor.
See Alexis Raptis just trying to shake out her hands, get some of that grip relief that you were talking about, Adrian.
Yeah, and that's also one thing that you just can't account for. I mean, a lot of these athletes have trained this. They're like, okay, hey, I'm going to the Rogue Invitational. I know we've done this movement before, but did you do it with bench press? Did you do it with rowing? Or did you just practice this as a skill? And that's part of our methodology. We fail at the margins of our experience, so we've got to really try to fill in those holes and be as creative as we can in our training.
Manon Anganez has been pretty methodical on this implement. I don't think she's fallen off. Once she gets past that red line, she can come down without a penalty. She'll just have to start on the other side. And she's going to take a break. Alexis Raptis is there as well. Maddie Sturt just finished up the first half.
And for Alexis, like Alexis and Manon have two very polarizingly different strategies here. Like Manon a little bit more strict, less movement from side to side. Alexis really taking advantage of that rhythm, but we did see it cost her even on her last round, but it looked very smooth there for her to open up this third round.
Raptis is trying to get some blood into the hands. Manon Anganez has her pegs set to start. Again, they have to retreat behind that red line. And there goes Alexis Raptis. Raptis has it dialed in now. McGann slipped, but was able to save it. Feel announcer jinx right there.
That's right. And that's now I'm like holding my breath. I'm like, all right, is she going to make it? Can she get it? She got to get this second one, too. And it's good.
And Raptis is through and in the lead.
Wow.
Into round 4 or 5.
And I love it. And I think this is a really great observation of how things can turn around so quickly on this horizontal pegboard. Psychologically and emotionally, can you hold it together? Because all these women have done it. They've likely trained and touched this in some way, shape, or form in their training, but maybe it's not going as well as they want to today. Alexis Raptis right now being a great example of how to stay with it, remain steady, and stick to what you know.
And meanwhile, Lisa Fuliano just got done with her second pegboard, and she's back to the rower, but Raptis is all by herself now in the lead. 1 calorie for 1 rep on the scoreboard. So once she gets to the 114, the 3 leaders right next to each other, right in the middle of the floor.
This is from an outside observation looking in. Gosh, these athletes don't seem to have a ton of urgency here. Well, let me tell you, this has to be composed chaos. And that's what we're witnessing here. And also, they hide it very well. But they are at the limit of their threshold with the speed that they can tolerate with the combination of this bench press and this pegboard. You just can't lay the pedal to the metal. It's going to put you in a situation where you're stuck out on that pegboard and failing reps.
The Raptis is done. She heads back to the bench press for now 6 reps. Again, 75% of the athlete's body weight on the barbell. There was a weigh-in earlier this week to determine the loading of this event.
6.
Raptis is done. Back to the pegboard.
No problem for Alexis there. Shoulders, the fatigue just accumulating.
Now Anganez gets through her set of 6, making her 4th appearance here at the Rogue Invitational. She's finished 9th, 10th, and 11th in her prior 3 trips to this competition.
To say, because here's the truth about Heat 1 and Heat 2 today. We've reshuffled. The people in Heat 2 belong in Heat 2. The people in Heat 1 belong in Heat 1. And we're probably going to see a difference because of their fitness and what they can do on the game floor. If I'm watching this, though, going from my Heat about to take the floor, I'm saying, hey, that early round doesn't matter as much as our emotions will tell us. So are the ones that have success.
Maddie Sturt getting through her set of 6. Alexis Raptis continues to lead. She's halfway through this 4th pegboard trip. Each section counts as 1 rep, so 122 is when Alexis Raptis, with her 2nd pegboard trip. That was a cheer that you heard from the crowd. There is Haley, who's 20th place overall. Didn't have a great day one. 2 finishes at 20th, and then she had a 13th sandwich in there in event number 2.
Just failing to lock in that final peg there. Looks like she's heading back to the midway point.
The Raptis fell.
Yep.
She's got to go back to the middle. So there's a 20-minute time cap here.
And that's another thing, Sean, is athletes can now watch and note how costly it is. Pull it and then create pressure into the board. Without the thumb behind the peg, you can't create that pressure. Now, note Alexis Raptis' hands. She's in that suicide grip with thumb not behind the peg, just all on top. It's a bit more risk involved when you're going peg to peg, especially with the swinging Alexis is using.
Raptis is back underway. She and Anganese are just about at the same spot on the pegboard. Coming up on about 1:15 left, and this is where Raptis ran into problems again, and she's off. Meanwhile, Anganese gets through cleanly and hustles back to the rower. This is the 5th and final round for Anganese. 1 minute to go before we hit the time cap.
Yeah, she's going to try to push hard just to get through these calories before she gets time capped and get through that bench press. And these reps will matter from Manon. She's gonna have to push this because there's 10 women that are ready to take the floor that are certainly eyeing to finish this whole event.
30 seconds left for Manon Anganese. Trying to get to 140 reps before she gets off the rower. And now here comes Maddie Sturt. Now Manon Anganese has 3 bench press reps, and she got 10 seconds to do them. She'll get through it. And not going to be able to make it to the pegboard, but Manon Anganese is going to have your top score with only 2 and 7. That's Danny Spiegel, Alex Kazan, and Laura Horvath. Kazan technically
to the field, not a great sign. To Laura Horvath.
In a tie with Kazan. We're able to finish the entirety of this event inside the 20-minute time cap at heat number 1. Manon Anganese got the closest. She only had 1 pegboard remaining in the 5th and final round as Kazan gets to work on her first 18-calorie row.
All right, now we've got some heavy hitters, Sean, in this lineup when it comes to raw capacity. That means strong, powerful, extremely fit women who can row their faces off when it comes to a blistering pace. And I'm gonna tell you right now, they already learned from heat 1. This first row don't matter much. I'm gonna pace this and really set myself up for success on that pegboard.
Emma Lawson is your early leader here. Take a look at Laura Horvath going through her first 18 calories.
We talk about that being a key to focus here on is pace to the peg. It's what matters most. We saw it in heat 1, opening at not necessarily a casual pace here on the road, but only something that sets you up for a controlled heart rate here on the 75% of their body weight bench press.
Lawson, Campbell, Kerstetter, and Horvath, the first women to the set of 15 bench presses at 75% of body weight.
Now, for all my power lifters out there, what a great bench press by Emma Lawson. Great power arc there through the bridge in her torso. She's pulling her shoulder blades down towards her hips up towards her shoulder blades. Bum still on the bench. But that's how you want to see an athlete execute a bench press right there. Sternum as high as possible.
Lawson with 1 more rep remaining, and now she's going to head to the pegboard. And she told our broadcast crew she has never.
Well, I'll tell you what a way to test your fitness, huh?
Laura Horvath's having no problems with this.
And we knew she wouldn't.
And I would not be surprised if she tries to go unbroken here. And she is not coming down, and neither is Alex Kazan, the two of them facing each other on that pegboard. And that is how you do that. Laura Horvath is done in the lead, heading back to the rower to start round 2. 18 calories, Alex Kazan's behind her.
Both these women on the jog to the rower, showing no signs of slowing or hesitation. That's confidence in their abilities, and of course they showed it there on that first traverse to the pegboard.
We knew the bench press wasn't going to be a problem for Alex Gazan. She's got a PR of 270 pounds.
Yeah.
270.
270.
When's the last time you pushed that around?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Is through and on to round number 2.
Wow.
Ariel Lowen.
So for Emma not having touched that pegboard in training and be able to get here, currently be sitting in 4th in this heat is really nice.
Now 12 reps at 75% of body weight.
Great choice there by Laura. I even like how she's set up, Sean. If you've bench pressed or done it in a 4-time format, what you want to do is create an opportunity to steady your heart rate, and by sitting up a little bit, it's almost like a reset between the small sets that you're going to do.
Horvath is through and back to the pegboard. Alex Gazan taking a break on the bench. Horvath right to work. Final rep now for Gazan. She'll join Horvath in round 2 on the horizontal pegboard. Horvath and Gazan tied with 235 points. Gazan, though, with the tiebreak, currently sits in the overall lead, courtesy of her event win in event 2. And Laura Horvath, once again, looking to go unbroken on the pegboard.
And we always understand there's levels to this degree of competition that these women are in. And Alex Gazan, knowing Laura may struggle with the handstand push-ups later. If she can take this, and this is a strength of hers, I'm just going to stay as close to her as I can through this event and barter my points appropriately.
And Horvath is through and on to round 3. Gazan's going to take a break. But right now, the battle is for second place. Danielle Brandon, meanwhile, on the right. You mentioned her trying to get back on track. She's towards the back of the pack here. Currently sits in 9th place in the heat. She's on her 2nd round of rowing, and she just started.
Yeah, this is where she's got to just stay in her mind and stay present, because we saw how fast, Sean, with Alexis Raptis on that last one, how fast the momentum on that pegboard can change.
And Danny Spiegel is still on the pegboard. Spiegel hasn't even finished round 1 here. Now Alex Gazan is through, and she'll join Horvath on the rower. Laura's got 5 more calories to go. Manon Anganez has the top score from heat number 1. She did not finish the entirety of the event, but she got through everything but the final horizontal pegboard, and now Horvath heads back to the bench for 9 reps. And smiling while she heads there, because she is leaving the field in her dust.
Yeah, no problem for Laura. Again, great intentionality, shaking out the arms. It's a lot of blood flow going to the triceps, the shoulders, and the chest here. And then, of course, the grip and all the back muscles getting taxed on that horizontal pegboard.
Well, and this is where, too, we talked about earlier, going in the 2nd heat. All she has to do is just finish the event ahead of everybody else. There is no reason to stomp the gas for Laura Horvath right now.
That's right. And again, I mean, we've got to consider the breadth of this test. She's going to get upside down later. We know that we've seen her fail and not even get 1 rep in a strict handstand push-up. So depending on the format and the details of which, she's got to be thinking ahead too. How can I conserve my pressing muscles for later?
Alex Gazan has finished her 3rd of 5 18-calorie rows, and now onto the bench for 9 more reps. That may as well just be an empty barbell for Alex Gazan.
But again, wise. That's wisdom right there. She doesn't have to. She's thinking ahead. She's being a little bit conservative.
And now Gazan back to the pegboard. Laura Horvath is almost done with round 3.
Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. She's got that technique, Sean, that we talked about earlier. Thumbs behind the pegs. This allows her to create forward leverage and not fall victim to the accuracy of where her hands go. She can place the peg directly in the hole each time.
Horvath into round number 4. 18 more calories, looking to hit the 114 rep mark and pick up her first event win of the competition and put herself in sole possession of the top spot in the overall standings. And Gazan is halfway through, she'll take a break.
Alex has a very different style than Laura, of course, using a little less of that side-to-side leverage or swinging to transcend the pegboard. Hers a bit more strict.
Now, Lucy Campbell on the left side of your screen, just left view, heading back to the pegboard for round number 3. Campbell trying to move up the overall standings as she came in 8th place overall. She's going to have a good chance because all the women ahead of her, save for Laura Horvath, she's beating at this point.
Yeah, this event seems to be throwing a wrench towards a lot of the athletes so far. These first 2 heats and waves of women that we've watched work through. This is a really hard one to predict the outcome because of the nuance of this movement.
Meanwhile, Danny Spiegel is in round number 2. She's in dead last in this heat.
Yeah, and this was one of those events, we had this earmarked for her. A bit more of the body weight challenge here, pegboards. When it comes to the history of her performances, we know that yesterday was packed with some opportunities to bank some points. Hopefully she did that. Now it's just all management. Damage control, as they say.
Meanwhile, Laura Horvath is back on the pegboard to close out round number 4. And these are the overall standings coming in. Gazan, Spiegel, and Horvath all tied at 235, and then Olivia Kerstetter was only 10 points back. And Kerstetter right now is towards the back of the pack in this event. It's a great opportunity for athletes like Lucy Campbell and Emma Lawson to gain ground, maybe put themselves inside the top 5.
Now, if I'm at home, or even if I'm on a competition floor, Sean, and I'm competing against Laura, I'm watching this event, and I'm copying exactly what she does to the best of my abilities.
Yeah, people can kind of complicate success. Just find someone who's doing what you want to do and do exactly what they do.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Laura Horvath into the 5th and final round, and she is just demolishing this event, laughing the whole way while she does it.
Love it. There's nothing better than that feeling right there, folks. Leading the charge and feeling good about it, regardless of you're suffering or not, which of course she's not here. This being a huge test of skill capacity. She's enjoying every second of this.
Well, the good news for Alex Gazan is...
Sean, there's conversations in the back you've got to assume she's having with her coach, Justin Kotler. Like, they're no fool to the situation here. Hey, Alex, go out, handle your business. Stay as close as we can to Laura. We watched her last year. We competed against her last year. We know what she can do. She's phenomenal at this. Let's keep her as close as we can, and then we're going to compete with her later head-to-head. Another great look at Alex having success. One peg at a time, taking her chances by taking more rest. She's not rolling the dice and trying to push her threshold far past that red line. She takes her breaks, and of course she's got the thumb behind the peg to reassure each movement counts as a forward progress.
And Laura Horvath now her final 3 bench press. And she is done. And back to the pegboard, and she can take her time here.
She can, but as a champ does, she's still running to the chalk. Can't even help it.
Alex Gazan is getting set to close out round 4, and she's going to have a really good chance to finish this event, barring a disaster here in the 5th and final round. So even though she's getting the doors blown off of her here in this event by Horvath, she's only going to surrender 5 points.
Yeah, it's amazing and unfortunate for Laura Horvath at the same time, right? When you can dust the field so badly and not get any kind of extra reward.
See if Horvath goes unbroken, and she's going to. Why not? It's worked for you so far. That's the first slip for Horvath, the first moment of drama for her in this event.
And she literally just smiles about it as she's still hanging from the pegs.
Laura Horvath is done, and she picks up her 12th career event win at the Rogue Invitational, and she's going to be your overall leader heading into event 5. 14:02.21. And now Lucy Campbell is on to her 5th and final round.
It's going to be Campbell and Lowen duking it out there for that 3rd position here.
One more. Good.
Nice.
Gazan is through her final 3. Gazan doesn't get the home run, but maybe a triple.
Yep. That's
You're
right.
going to finish 2nd in the event.
Yeah, and honestly, for the competitor that Gazan is, it's about really kill him with consistency. If she can learn to do that, string together several days with several events in the top 5, gosh, that's when she's going to be the most dangerous competitor out there on the floor.
You talk to her coach, Justin Kotler, and you can't help but come away convinced that Alex Gazan is going to be one of the top competitors in this sport at some point. I mean, you could make the argument that she already is.
Yeah, no doubt. I remember seeing her compete at semifinals in 2022, Sean, and Justin Kotler being like, Adrian, she's got what it takes. She's going to be up there one day. And here she is.
Does a nice job of making the save there. Now, again, she's got plenty. She's going to have to go back. But the good news for her is still 4 minutes here. She's still solidly in 2nd place.
Right.
Although Ariel Lowen is now...
Feel the pressure a little bit. And we know what Lucy Campbell does with pressure. She likes to lean into it a bit. So this could be a situation where she's going to thrive.
When you talk about costly no reps, not making it halfway down or merely making it halfway down and coming off the pegboard, that is detrimental to your...
Familiar situation for herself. She knows what it's like to fight for that podium here.
And Campbell trying to go unbroken. Ariel Lowen is making progress as well.
Come on.
Campbell's got to get past that red line. She's got to go back to the middle. This opens the door for Lowen. Gazan is still resting. And Lowen is off, and Ariel Lowen is going to take 2nd place in the event.
Wow. That's why she's literally not even attempting anything right now. The last thing that you want to do is rush your next attempt and then just fail again.
Meanwhile, Spiegel and Kerstetter, 2 women inside the top 4, are towards the back, and Danielle Brandon currently sits in 8th place in the heat. Campbell trying to close out this rep. 90 seconds to go before we hit the time cap.
Watch Campbell's thumbs. She starts behind this way. Once she gets tired, her thumbs wrap around the pegs. Watch her grip starting to go. This is where it starts to slip. She's got to keep, there we go.
Gazan still resting. Campbell's got one left. She's got to move that right hand. And she's got it. Campbell's off, and Lucy Campbell's going to take 3rd place in the event. On Anganez. So right now, Gazan's in 4th place in the event because Anganez did not complete anything on the pegboard. But Emma Lawson is now threatening to overtake Gazan.
And she's going for it. She's staying up. She knows she's battling the clock right now.
If she can just
hang on?
Get over the red line, that's going to count for a rep. So now, Emma Lawson looking to lock up 4th place in the event. If she can finish, Gazan is off. Final 3 seconds. Lawson's got to get there. She's not going to, so we're going to have a tie between Lawson and Gazan for 4th place. But how about Lowen and Campbell taking advantage of the opportunity? And Laura Horvath absolutely. Manon Anganez out of heat number 1, who finishes in 6th place.